Hello, my name is Vicki Johnson, and I've been a part of the Safe Surfing Foundation for decades now. It has brought joy to my life, and it has also brought heartbreak moments as well. I've had the privilege of meeting children who have been destroyed at the hands of predators. I have met families who have lost their children due to internet crimes. But I've also met wonderful friends who have developed a passion to help save children and teach online safety. These are the partners that work hand in hand with the Safe Surfing Foundation to make a difference and teach online safety. My passion developed after the abduction of my 13-year-old daughter, Amanda. She was only 13 years old when she started chatting with a boy who said he was 13. He loved to play football and also surfed. She told him that she was a cheerleader and that she loved going to football games. The conversation seemed very innocent at first, but we would find out later they turned abusive and sex-oriented. Before I go any further, I want you to know that 13-year-olds, they're still developing their self-esteem, their self-confidence. They just want to make friends and be accepted. We found out later that this 13-year-old boy was actually a 36-year-old man. He had been grooming Amanda to be submissive to him, but defiant toward us, her parents. On a February day, this predator drove to our neighborhood. He pulled his truck up beside of Amanda as she walked down the street to our neighbors, and he pulled her in that truck. He took her to a local hotel where he would brutally rape and beat her for over 5.5 hours. When he was done with my daughter, he took her to a country road, put her out of the truck, and left her there helpless. The Virginia State Police were able to find Amanda. They rushed her to a local hospital where she had emergency surgery, and she survived. We spent the next 1.5 years fighting a court battle that we thought would never end. During the waiting period, the predator would be released on a $50,000 bond, and he would once again take another little 13-year-old girl from Williamsburg, Virginia, and brutally rape and beat her as well. This time, the courts did not release him. The grand jury would pass down 8 grand jury indictments on the Williamsburg case and 7 grand jury indictments on Amanda's case. Together, this predator should have served 87 years in prison for what he had done to these 2 little girls. But unfortunately, on the day of sentencing, the judge would suspend all but 14 years. After his time served, he was back on the streets. He had access to a computer and also children. He was also given 10 years of probation upon his release. In a little under 7 years, this predator would once again try to meet up with another 13-year-old girl. But fortunately, this time, that 13-year-old girl was an undercover Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force officer from Virginia Beach. These people and officers are my heroes. They work nonstop to save our children. After speaking to one of those law enforcement officers, I was told that this predator would serve out the rest of his life in prison with no rights to early parole. Amanda has been pretty amazing throughout her life. She struggled as she lost friends. She had to change schools because of the publicity. But she also had the challenge of healing, and that was not a small feat. Amanda works hard. Even though she falls back into some dark times, she pulls herself out. And I know that Amanda will continue to fight for herself and her children. Amanda went on to finish high school. She completed her college, earning her business management degree, and later Amanda did marry. She was blessed with 2 beautiful children after she had been told she would never conceive after what had been done to her at the hands of the predator. It has always been Amanda's desire that what happened to her would never happen to another child again. And that night in the hospital, I had made Amanda that promise. I would help her teach kids how to be safe online as long as I had breath to breathe. Now, as a grandmother of 5, I know how difficult technology is becoming, and just trying to stay on top of it all and protect our children is a job all on its own. But unfortunately, the predators do find ways to learn the new technology and to influence the lives of our kids, and not in a good way. But this is where the Safe Surfing Foundation comes in. They do stay on top of the technology and they learn the new software applications. They work hard to bridge the gaps and to work hand in hand with law enforcement officers to bring down the number of crimes against children. There's an old saying that says it takes a whole village to raise a child, and I believe that saying is true to this day. This is where you, a member of our village, comes in. Whether you develop a desire to start an educational program in your local school or church, you partner with the Safe Surfing Foundation as a financial supporter, or you just sit down with the children in your life and talk about how to be safe online. Every action you take will make a difference. I challenge each of us to remember all the children who have been lost to internet crimes and lives that have been destroyed at the hands of online predators, but to also celebrate with us the children who have been reunited with their families and to pray for their recovery. Don't ever think you can't make a difference. Amanda and I have seen firsthand the incredible work moms and dads, not to mention amazing grandparents, have done to strengthen and save their families. I hope that you will join us in making a brighter future for all the children in your life. Again, thank you for letting me spend just a small part of your day with you, and God bless you and the children in your families.